So, you see this red badge over here? That's Chimps, the new medal you get from beating it, but you can actually get a black Chimps badge. And the way you get it is by beating it in one sitting. So we're gonna do that. And by one sitting, it means no restarts. You're not allowed to restart your game. aka you can't close the game if you're gonna die and then reopen it. You're only gonna get a measly like red badge if you do that. So we're gonna aim for our first black badge on the hardest easy map. As for where I want to place this Dart Monkey, you know what? Let's put it right at the back. It's kind of real close, I know, but I think it's a pretty good spot. So far, so good. Let's just get some more stronger tack shooter. God, after coming off like a half cash game, it feels like we're raking in the dough. Because we're quite literally making a double cash right now. So we're playing half cash mode with double cash enabled. That's what it feels like. I think a 203 is what I want. Hedge is a really good map for attack shooters. Should I say that? Because you see these hedges in the way? Projectiles can't shoot over them, or they can't get past it. So it's basically a perfect map for towers with tiny range, aka attack shooters. It feels like another map, or Hedge feels like another map where heli pilots and aces are going to be like a godsend. Does Ring of Fire ignore the field of view? I believe it does, actually, yes. So the thing is, these hedges, they block projectiles, but I don't think a Ring of Fire counts as a projectile. So if you can ever get to a point where you buff this tack shooter's range big enough so that it can affect, like, this part of the track, or this part, then yes, the Ring of Fire can shoot over it. Oh yes, one thing. Alchemist can't shoot over the edges. So if I put an Alchemist here, you see this? It's not blocked by a field of view. So you know what? I'm kind of feeling it. I'm kind of digging an Alchemist right now. So pro tip. Alchemist can shoot over walls. And that is very helpful for a map like this. Like, it's a pretty long track, but the fact that there's so many things that block field of view turns this from a pretty easy map to probably the hardest easy map. Yeah, sadly, Gwendolyn can't shoot past these walls, but that's fine. I just want to get her for round 24 for the camo balloon, so we don't have to spend money on camo detection. So we can hold off on that for a while, but I think I want to go for a heli pilot this time. Like, if I put a helipad right over here, it's going to get nice and buffed by the Alchemist. And then we also have space for maybe another tower over here. Wow. We had to spend a $200 on this guy. Feels bad, man. Just for that one red balloon. So, under normal circumstances, I would restart. But I want to get that black Chimps badge, so I'll do whatever it takes. Including dropping a panic Dart Monkey at the back over here. For that cool one pop. Yeah, here's the thing about Chimps. You can't sell this guy either, so I had to panic place this Dart Monkey. And that cost me 250 bucks that I will not get back. So I really have to hope that I never run into a situation where I would need that 200 bucks. I know this is kind of weird, I'm getting a village here. For this reason specifically, I feel like the Alchemist is not buffing this heli pilot. It should be doing 2 layers of damage per shot, and I can't tell if it's doing that. Because in BTD6, the main, the center point of the tower is generally a little bit below the center. So I don't know if it's reached it. With that said, let's get jungle drums. Just in case. Now, I think this is going to be enough to beat the Moab. Like, we got 1 heli pilot. And that should do it. Especially if we get the downdraft. Downdraft balloon about the ceramic balloons. Hedge is a long enough track where you can afford to do this. See, that's the power of the downdraft. Can you go for the black border again after you've won Chimps once? I believe so. I mean, it would kind of be a dick move if Ninja Kiwi said, you only get 1 shot, 1 opportunity. I'm trying to fit a Super Monkey right here. And I'm kind of hoping my Alchemist is in range of it. Alright. Aw, looks like it's just barely not enough. Feels bad. Looks like I may need to get a second alchemist. Yeah. It is very, very sad that this alchemist on the right over here cannot affect this super monkey. It's just barely out of range. So instead we'll get another one just for this super monkey in the front. The real challenge here is getting the black badge on shoots and harder maps, like advanced maps and medium maps, like Rake. Like, when I played those maps, I had to restart dozens of times. In fact, with most of the medium slash advanced maps, I probably had to restart at least once, so only then is when it's going to be a real challenge. Now, the challenge here is also making sure my game doesn't crash, because I'm not sure if crashing the game causes you to lose the black badge. I've heard some cases where it doesn't happen like that, or I don't know. It's better to be safe than sorry. So 025 ice it is. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now after this I think we'll be set. Or not quite actually. It looks like we're gonna need some balloon popping power. Like, we got a robo for the Moabs and some balloons. We got an ice impale for I don't know what. We might need something at the back over here just in case. Although I don't know, maybe a Comanche. But again, I'm just trying to play this safe. Don't want to take risks doing a strategy I'm not used to. Because wouldn't that suck if I tried something new, aka Striker Jones bomb towers only, cough cough. And it turns out I had to struggle really, really hard in the last couple rounds. Yeah, I don't want to run into any of that. So the Elite Defender now attacks twice as fast apparently, without needing to be triggered by losing a life. So that's pretty nice. Goes from a useless ability to a potentially useful. You know what? It might have been good for the 1 tower challenge to have the Elite Defender shooting twice as much. So I may want to retry that on a later date. Alright, we can afford our Ice Impale right about now, and with that, we should work towards our next tower, which is the Comanche. Again, I'm just sticking with what works. I did want to try out the permacharge at one point. It's just, it's kind of risky. So I'll go with this guy. We'll leave it on Follow Touch. Also, the good thing about the Helipilot on this map, in the case I do ever get into any trouble, which I probably shouldn't, considering how long this map is, the good thing with Helipilots is, unlike Robos, which can only get to like up to here, and then any balloons that get past over here are you're done for. No, we can get this Helipilot right about now. Get some permanent Helipods up. And these guys will be able to like detect any part of the track, any balloons on that side of the track. I think that's pretty much GG. I think that's all you need to beat 100 rounds on this map. But again, just for good measures, because we can't restart, we might as well spend our money on something, and I think the best insurance is probably to get a Sabo. However, one thing to know about Sabo, apparently it's been nerfed. Let's see. 5,400, yeah. I believe before the update, it only cost 4,300 on hard, so yeah, they upped the price about $1,000, it looks like. But what can you do? We'll get one Sabo just in case anything gets a little fishy. 30 DDTs. Can our current defense handle it? And so far, it looks like the answer is yes. So again, we may not even need the Sabo over here, because just these towers looks like it's enough. Because we got Mob Shove, we got Ice Impale stalling all the balloons. Like, I also would get a Permaspike, but they nerfed that upgrade to shit. So I'm kind of leaning against not getting that this time. Just because I don't know exactly how good it is. I just know that, like, it shoots out extremely slow now, so it's not as reliable as it was before, but it's probably still really good. Yeah, we're sitting on so much money right now, $40,000. Man, with that said, half cash chimps, guys. That feels like something I would like to play. Just for that added challenge. I mean, if we can beat this round with so much excess money, I feel like half cash may be doable, assuming you get past the early game. That's the only part of the game where you would have a lot of trouble with. Should we get some insurance? Yeah, why not? Dark Knights. Right back over here. Just one of them. Yeah, we haven't even used ISAB this game at all. We bought it, but we didn't need it. Again, it was just for insurance. It definitely looks like we can go without it, which is good. And alas, victory. Not too bad, but hey, let's take a look at our border now, or our badges. We should have netted a black badge by now, so let's check. Bam, there you go. It's a very, very tiny badge, I know. And once we fill out the rest of these stars on this, like, this part over here, we will get our black border, but until then, we'll just stick with our black badge.